What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, with another market watch today. Before I begin, make sure to go to my website, YGOPaisano.com, the best website ever. If it feels on tokens, I mean, absolutely gorgeous stuff. On my website right now, everything ships with tracking. Once again, it's YGOPaisano.com. Link will be down below in the description. All right. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend of the same Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Wondering, when's the ban list coming out? It's probably one of the biggest questions everyone asks. Well, just be a little fun fact. Even as the ban list is not coming out, cards are getting bought out. And in this video, we'd be going over all those cards that are getting bought out. Some of which you might not even know is happening right now. It's going on underneath your nose. Why is that? Because Yu-Gi-Oh players, despite the fact that we don't have a ban list yet, is working on getting decks ready. They're putting the chips where they may. Some of you might even be doing it already. I know I'm doing it, and I'll tell you about one of my favorite picks right now in this video. But before I begin with that, I just want to say I did a video not long ago about remote duels and how remote duels can definitely are definitely calming down. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Fargo locals. There's a lot of locals I'm going to give shout outs to, by the way. But today's video, I want to give a shout out to Fargo locals. They're bringing back remote duels. It's every Sunday and every Wednesday. I had to write it down because my memory's absolutely burnt. Every Sunday and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for $10 entry, you get 2 OTS packs. Once again, Fargo locals. I'm going to be streaming again. I'm waiting for the bands to come because that's when me personally, that's when I want to start streaming again. I stream on Twitch TV, YGO_Paisano, and one of the places I'm going to be streaming is going to be at the Fargo locals. I highly recommend check it out. Discord links down below. Go in there, say hi, look around, check it out. Once again, like I said, I think it's great to have the ability to remote duels. I can't wait, and I'm serious about this. I'm like super excited to go back to remote duel streaming now. The reason why I'm not remote duel streaming right now is because the meta's kind of predictable. We all know what's going to be happening. We all know, oh, you're playing tournaments, all right? I mean, even though it's toolbox, the minute you play a couple of cards, I know your exact build. Oh, you're playing sprites? Okay, cool. Oh, Red Eye Brazier? Okay, adventure sprites. Oh, you summon a live twin monster? Okay, live twin sprites. It's so predictable, and I think that's what's making Yu-Gi-Oh players boring. Because this is a pretty good meta, besides the fact that everything's so predictable. And the cool thing about a ban list is, it changes that. It makes you go, hold on one second. Let's bring it back. What do we do now? Things have changed. What do we do? And I think that's why I like the ban list so much. It catches players off guard and makes them formulate. If you're playing Rebels, ignore everything I just said. You go to your first regionals and you just shotgun everybody in the face. That's what Member players do, by the way. So I'm excited to see that one member profile come out of nowhere and give a kid a free invite. Well deserved, my friend. Once again, I'm excited to go and do remote duel events, and I'm excited to do it on stream, and I'm going to be doing it. What I want to say to everybody watching right now is the fact that I'm still debating on YouTube or Twitch streaming. I can only do one or the other, but we'll figure that out in the future. What I want to say is this meta kind of caught us off guard. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players were wondering, hey, what are we doing? Because we were expecting a ban list weeks ago. And I might prepare a contingency plan for the next time this happens. And I'll probably talk about it in a couple of months because I'm personally going in and getting some cards ready, some stuff sorted out. So when that time does happen, next ban, so the ban's afterwards, and we're sitting there scratching our ass going, what do we do? At the very least, I'll have a plan idea, and hopefully working with some remote duel locals, we can launch something cool that I think you guys will really enjoy. Until then, when banless, Konami? All right, here for the market watch. So let's look at some cards. Look at the price of Pot of Prosperity. It's roughly around $43. You go over here and look at Drop It. It's roughly around $27. Nothing has changed, right? I guess so. I mean, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are still buying Pot of Prosperity, and to be honest with you, I think Drop It's a better card to buy. Not that I hate Prosperity, I don't. It's better for Rogue players, and Rogue players are now buying this card because obviously they didn't want to drop $130 for a Rogue deck. Makes sense to me. So what's happening here is we're having some weird kind of movement in the market where like Rogue players are kind of trying to hold the price up. It's not going to be sustainable. In my personal opinion, I think the price of these cards will still go down in value. It's still floating because players are still buying into it. With that said, who's still opening 2022 Tin of Pharaoh Gods? Not many people. And it's showing in the market. One thing I want to point out is this card over here, Diviner of the Herald. Not Dragoon. Diviner of the Herald. This card is slowly increasing in value, and I highly recommend if you don't have yours already to go pick yours up. I personally have one. I need to get more, but I definitely recommend if you're looking to play Telements, you're going to need Diviner of the Herald. It's a very important card. A lot of great cards in the Megatons, and once again, like I said, a lot of these prices are still overblown. They got to cool down. We don't know when it's going to happen. It's inevitable, but not yet. If that makes any sense. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. All right. Runix is probably the reason why you're not seeing Mystic Mind players play Mystic Mind as much. And I kind of like that. Even though Runics for me was always hit or miss, I kind of like the Striker Runic package. There's a lot of Runic variants running around. The most notable one, obviously, is Sprite Runics. But looking at Runics, they answer a lot of problems with the current game. This is why a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players aren't upset as Mystic Mine. Even though I don't like Mystic Mine, when you see Runics existing, it makes players want to play Mystic Mine, not want to play Mystic Mine. The reason why Branded had his run cut short was because of Mystic Mine. And with Runics, well, that kind of changes things. In my personal opinion, I think Runics are a great core, and I do think that, you know, obviously, maybe Konami won't hit this, and if that's not to be hit, we might actually continue to see more Runics as time goes on. So hopefully you're going to go ahead and grab your core. Core cards like Hugin, which you're going to need at least 2 of, they're roughly around $14. You're going to need Runic Fountain, I would recommend at least 2 of, once again, $13 to $15, and Runic Tip. This card's aiming from $29 to $35. These are the cards you're going to need in order to utilize this engine. 3 Tip, 2 Fountain, 2 Hugin, minimum. The rest of the core is literally nothing. So this is what I recommend for anybody if you are looking to get Runics. I think it's a great core, and obviously it's a core that can float into a lot of decks. We're starting to see it go into Telements. Once again, like I said, I think Strikers could use it. Obviously, it could be playing in the pure version, and of course, the best build right now that's known is Sprites. So I like Runics a lot. I think Runics are really good. And once again, if someone's playing Mystic Mine out there and trying to cheese a win, real honorable Yu-Gi-Oh out there, I think Runics is probably one of the best answers. All right, Albert Lenatus, the Abyss Dragon, is rising in value. Why? Like, I don't know why. I'm genuinely curious. This card used to be, what, $8? Okay, they're okay. Oh, it's not 17. Get out of my face. It was $8. $8. You right there, right? You see it, right? Over there. Okay. The current price of this card right now is roughly, well, this guy has one over here for $16, and then it goes to $25. Now, me personally, looking at Albert Lenatus, the Abyss Dragon, I think this card is overpriced. In fact, why would you get this card when you can spend 4 times the amount? But V, it's a lot of money, bro, I'm broke. Okay, whatever, brokey. 4 times the amount, though. It is 4 times the amount, but you can get a Starlight Rare. So you go from Secret Rare, that price is going to fluctuate, probably go back down in value, or Starlight Rare, and look at the Starlight Rare version of this card, it's roughly around $107. Now, once again, like I said, if you can't afford this, obviously Secret Rare is good enough for you, but why? Seriously, why? I don't know, and I would love to know what you think about this card in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you own it? Is it good? Comment down below, let me know what you think about this card. Then we have Guardian Chimera at a Battle of Chaos. This card is like the special guest starring card, because every time you see like a fusion deck, you don't know if it's in it or not, but if it's in it, it's gonna break some boards, and this card is insane. Guardian Chimera at a Battle of Chaos original print is going for roughly around about almost near $50 a copy. Now, if you play Branded, you probably have 2 of these, but if you didn't play Branded, well, if you're looking to play Telements, you may need this. It's definitely an option if you're looking to go to an event, maybe a regionals or even a YCS, or even your locals. Have another deck box with a bunch of cards that could possibly go into your main deck if you're looking to play Telements or Branded. The Branded plays out there. By the way, Branded's still like clapping cheeks out there. I love how everyone kind of forgot about Branded, and Branded plays are like, shh, and they just go and beat everyone's ass. And everyone's like, that's a fluke. Like, seriously, you're on YouTube, obviously. Go look around. Branded's still around. The only reason Branded's not as dominant is because of Mystic Mine. The minute Mystic Mine's gone, banned, I don't know. Branded's looking kind of good. Sorceros didn't get a reprint. Now, I don't know if they were supposed to get a reprint. I don't know if it's alleged they're going to get a reprint, but they didn't get a reprint. Sorceros emerges at a Battle of Destiny. This Ultra card, which used to be roughly around $4, is roughly right now, something with this video, $8 a copy. Hey, that's not even a lot of money compared to Sword Soul Moye. This card at Burst of Destiny, once again, used to be $16 because the band's supposed to be printed, right? I mean, not bands, the Megatins. Allegedly, supposedly, I heard, you heard, we heard. The current price point of this card is roughly around $24 a copy. Sword Soul's kind of being money. Now, the thing is, Sword Soul has a huge problem against, well, the meta. I will say this, though. If you took out Sprites, and if you took out Telements, Sword Soul's right there as the best deck, if not one of the best decks. Unfortunately, I think Sword Soul has a massive matchup, definitely a lopsided, against a tier limit matchup. And this is why we're seeing Sword Souls not really see as much play. With that said, Yu-Gi-Oh players are obviously buying into Sword Souls. Look at the charts. Even in the past month, this chart is insane. Seriously, look at Sword Soul Emergence. The past month, it's doing the same exact thing. So I'm not sure what's going on with social players. There's a social meeting. I didn't get the text. You guys didn't hear about my beeper. Like, I don't know what's going on, but let me know because I want to play Sword Souls. I didn't like it for, well, since the release, I'll be honest with you, but I still want to play it, and I still like playing decks that people just kind of look at and go, oh wait, you're playing that deck, and then just beat their cheeks. You ever did that? You ever did that at a Yu-Gi-Oh event? I'll tell you right now, Brando players are doing that right now, and I think Sword Souls might be that deck to do it in the future. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right. So I said in the beginning of this video, everyone's putting their chips, you know, at certain points. Everyone's taking their chips and going, all right, this deck core or this card or extra support from a deck I already have. I'm gonna put my chips, boom, 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 right? Okay. Black Wings. Seriously, I'm not even like kind of joking with you. In the OCG, Black Wings is a bit nerfed because the way the OCG is kind of structured. Here in the TCG, if this Blackwing next set comes out, this deck becomes tier 1. This is not like a question. It's not like a maybe. It's not like a, I don't know, V. There's a chance that the moon could be in alignment with Saturn. You're an idiot. No, wrong. Blackwings are actually kind of insane. On two folds. Number one, obviously with new support, it might make Blackwings a tier 1 deck. I would expect it to be. I mean, depending on the bans, of course. Konami could ban value, and you'd be like, bro, Konami, what the fuck are you doing? With that said, also, though, we don't have Max C, and Blackwings is really good at, if there's no way to punish a deck for popping off. Oh, I'll just nim him, V. Cool. They'll play right through that shit. Like, that doesn't bother them. The deck's actually kind of broken. And 3, if you're looking to play alternative Yu-Gi-Oh formats, Blackwings is literally a tier 1 deck in Edison format. It's dominated that format and continues to. Now, once again, for anyone out there watching this video right now and you don't own Blackwings, I would highly recommend you slowly start picking them up. There are cheaper alternatives. You don't need to buy an OT Armor Master, even though it looks gorgeous. It also did come out rare, ultra rare, and stuff like that. One of the most expensive Blackwing cards you're probably going to have to pick up is probably going to be Value. Value at its lowest rarity is over $10 minimum. I would recommend picking up at least 2, but I mean, 3 wouldn't hurt you. This is super value over here, by the way. Right there, it's roughly around $11. Soroko's roughly, I mean, it says 40 to 70. It's obviously, someone has a damaged copy. It's probably a lot more if I had to guess. Let's go double check together. Soroko, besides, oh, that's another thing too. Okay, actually, I'll make that point in a second. Just keep. I'm gonna put a dot on it, okay? Put a dot on it. I'll come back to that. But looking at the card right now, it's roughly around $68. If you want to get Black Whirlwind, now, luckily for you, it has a bunch of printings. I know, it's a good day. You get the red, the green, the blue. These are dirt cheap right now. Nobody's talking about these, except right now I am. Like, you can get all these right now. You can also get an ultra rare Black Whirlwind at a Legend Collection 5Ds. It says $1.50. Realistically, it's probably roughly around $5. Not bad. You get your playset. Basil Legend Armageddon. This card's also an ultra rare. It's 36 cents. You got a common for commoners. Or you can get the 12-pack Booster 1 Black Whirlwind. This card, super rare. Yeah, it did do that. It did do that. Look, $97, and then, whoopsie, that happened. Okay. So, look at the card right now. Once again, you got a bunch of them. These are heavily played. These don't matter. These are foreign. These won't matter. I'll explain why in a second. It's actually roughly $120 for a super rare Black Whirlwind. That's dirt cheap. I'm just being sarcastic. Listen, this card's obviously insanely overpriced, but it's going to be used in Blackwings. It's an insanely broken card. Imagine this card for any archetype. Imagine an archetype you're playing right now, and you have a continuous spell that says, whenever your archetype is monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add one, once again, archetype of your summon, monster from your deck to your hand that has a less attack than that monster. What? Imagine this card in, like, sprites. Just, play Sprite, Goofy Whirlwind, and then summon any Sprite monster and just immediately get value. Insane, right? Imagine this card in Tier Limits. Bro, in Tier Limits, this card would be kind of broken in. Yeah, it has a mill effect, but it's okay, it's Tier Limits. If this card gets milled, you get to add a Tier Limit monster to your hand. Because why not? You're playing Tier Limits. I just like this card a lot, and this card's insanely broken. I'm a huge Blackwing fan. My favorite decks in the game have always historically been Shadows, Blackwings, Crystal Beasts. Those are like my top 3. Obviously, with Blackwings, I own actually multiple courses. Not to flex, but it's time to flex. I own multiple cores of Blackwings. I'm a huge Blackwing nerd. One of the first decks in my entire life in playing this game's history that I ever got to max rarity was Blackwings. I got to be lucky enough to pull an ultimate rare Blackwing of value, and the rest of the cards are relatively inexpensive. But, you know, I scraped together, traded my brain off, and did all that shit just to get, like, a high-rarity Blackwing deck core. And it felt good. And then the ban list came in, broke its knees. I still played it, so I love Blackwings. All right, looking at Chamber Dragon Maid, what are you doing? Like, what? What's happening here? The price of this card obviously went down from its all-time high, roughly around 60, 70 bucks. It was obviously high, but it wasn't long-lived. Look at the card right now, it's roughly around $28. I get it. You probably saw the Oshi list that ran Dragon Maids. In the Oshi, they love Dragon Maids. They love waifus. And here at TCG, they love waifus too. In an insane way. Nevertheless, Chamber Dragon Maid is obviously going up in value. The Last of Dragon Maid core, the original print, highest rarity version, is obviously going up in value. It's a great deck core to have for casual Yu-Gi-Oh players that just love cartoon girls. It's got to be something in the water. You guys are bugging. All right. So we're gonna go over here to Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This card, obviously, no matter what version you look at, it's worth a lot of money. Whether it's the original print common that guys are sold, or whether it's the DT, which I recommend, version of a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. If anyone wants to know what this card does, it's skill drain, except everywhere, field or graveyard for dark monsters. You hate heal limits enough? Play this card. They are not a problem anymore. Problem solution. This card right now is roughly around 13 bucks for the DT version, relatively inexpensive, which is so crazy when you look at the common version. Where's the Glazer Soul is probably the cheapest common. We'll go with first edition because you get unlimited. Are you even trying at life? Okay, so we got over here, once again, $5 for a common. Wait, $5.16 for a common. So it's up to you which one you want to get if you are looking to get this card. Once again, if you're looking to play a deck that plays, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're playing Ellick, why don't you decide to place this card? And if you go for elements, you flip this card over, you know what they're going to do? Shuffle their hand a lot of times and hope that hand pops into an MST. Because this card is insane against that deck. Then we have Crystal Beast Structure Deck. Now, the thing about Crystal Beast Structure Deck is it's coming out in the end of the month. Actually, it's coming out roughly around 4 days for the Crystal Beast Structure Deck. So anyone who bought Ash Blossom should have waited. This might be the reason why the Prismatic Secret Ash Blossom goes down a little bit. I expect to dip a little bit of that version. As you can play, just buy this. It's easy. Ash Blossom, Dimension Shifter. What was Ghost Spell's in here? There, Ghost Spell's in here, right here. Ghost Spell, boom. Like, so it's up to you if you want to like save a lot more money and get this. It's up to you. I personally like this a lot. I'm going to be picking up 3 of these myself. And then we have Starlight Reyes. I love talking about Starlight Reyes. I analyze this market like you analyze the Ghost Rider market. The only problem is, when Ghost Rider market was running around, there's nobody to do videos on it. But looking at it right now, check this out. Look how crazy this is. Looking at Ivy Masquerena and Appaloosa, they're roughly around $2,000 a copy. Now, when this card first came out of Rising Rampage and Cast Impact, the prices obviously were insanely low, less than 25% of what the current value of these cards are, even as a Starlight Rare. But let's look into it. Why is this card so much money? Well, obviously, this is like the Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon, by the way, Ghost Rare, first edition, for a Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon, is about $3,000. This card is right behind it, but in record time. Why? Because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market is maturing. The little kids that when Stardust Dragon was out, which used to be 75 bucks for a first edition Ghost Rare, by the way, little fun fact, but the little kids grew up into adults. And I always tell Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, and I used to do streams all the time on my YouTube channel, this channel, and I always just say, I am what you guys will be eventually. I have adult money. This was years ago. I have adult money, and I could buy goofy, stupid stuff, and I'm going to do it. And eventually, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base is going to do it as well. Like, that's true. That's what's happening here. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Players of years ago that used to go on and be all goofy with their little kitties, they're growing up. You, me, we're growing up. I'm getting old as dust, but so are you. And together, we're getting adult money. And we don't have time to go to bar and drink. We don't have time to buy, like, stupid garbage. We just don't have time for that. We have time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Appaloosa Bodegas started at Rising Rampage. Besides the foreign versions, I'll get to that in a second, is roughly around $2,200. $2,200. Now, you're looking going, V, what do you mean besides the foreign version? You got a good Italian one over here. $1,300, V. That's almost less than half the price, says the guy with bad math skills. Yes, true, 100%. But the problem with that is, when you get into these kind of cards, these high rarity cards, especially old ones like we saw with Black Wings, or even current ones like we're seeing over here, when you go to resell those cards, you're going to be reselling them at a lower premium. Why? Why is that? Well, it's simple. The type of buyer that buys both Starlight Rares, old Ultimate Rares like Black Wing cards and stuff like that, they're not interested in buying a foreign version. If you were in France, if you were in Italy, if you were in Portugal, yeah, maybe these will have good value over there. But the biggest market, the market with the most money, is the American market. Sorry, Canada. Lol, let's get out of here. Go hug something. Sorry, Mexico. Lo siento, Mexico. But Black Wings and Starlight Rares hold the most value here in America because we're irresponsible. We'll buy you your cards, Starlight Rare, out the gate. We don't give a fuck. So what's happening here? What's going on here? Simple. When you go to resell those cards, let's say I own a Spanish very lightly played version of this card. You know how insanely hard it is to sell this card as opposed to its English counterpart? Because people that want to buy can also buy as a collector or a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player. And that's where we get into a weird, hasty part of the market, where it's like, okay, yeah, you have a Spanish version of a card, which is cool. I like foreign Yu-Gi-Oh cards a lot, but you're touching collectors. So that's why whenever they ask me, V, what are you? Are you competitive? Are you a collector? Do you play casual? And I'm a little bit of everything. But if I had to point one thing, what I am a competitive collector. I own Appaloosa Starlight Rare, and I play with it. I don't just like take and go, yep, Appaloosa Starlight Rare, here it is, and it goes on a shelf where I'll look at it from time to time and feel silly about it. Get a Fabergé egg. Get out of here with that garbage. I want to get the highest rated cards, but I'm gonna use them. I get Starlight Rares and I pile shuffle them. I don't care because I want it because I like it. If you had a Lamborghini, would you ride it? Seriously, yes or no? Would you ride it? If you had a yacht, would you take on the water? Or which is let's dry dock it so it won't get wet. Like a little pussy. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna ride that Lamborghini everywhere. Why not? Because I can. Who cares? And with Starlight Rare, I want to use it as well. But I'm not silly enough to buy a foreign version, because if I was to ever think about reselling it, why would I get a foreign version? Because the person more than likely that wants to buy it might not be that guy. He might be the Fabergé A guy we just made fun of. But that Fabergé A guy just got money like I got money. So he's gonna go ahead and buy it. This holds true for Starlight Rares, old ultis, old supers, harder cards, cards of anything of value. If you're going to get something that costs a lot of money in this game, don't get a foreign version. Its resale value is garbage as opposed to the English version. Alright, so we got Rising Rampage, Chaos Impact. Is Wind and Wind Charmer really going to be like the next $2,000 card? Is Area the Water Charmer going to be the next $2,000 card? Or Lina. My personal opinion, it's either going to be Lina or it's going to be Dark. One of these two will be the next $2,000 card. I think these are because nobody is whatever, but one of these two, boom, boom, or even hey. This is kind of crazy. And the reason I'm pointing to these cards specifically, as opposed to Triple Attackers Talents or Pot of Prosperity, is because these cards are in the extra deck, meaning don't get played as much, meaning they're in better condition. If they're in better condition, they hold a higher premium. That's what we gotta think about it when you look into the secondary market. Because there are competitive collectors, and there's also collectors. Hopefully that makes sense to anybody. If you have any questions, comment down below. Paisanos, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Go to my website, YGOPaisano.com. Go treat yourself to a field center. I'll let you. And also, check out my link in Discord right now. My Discord link down below right now for the Fargo Remote Duel Locals. It's a great locals, great people. I love going there. It's Sundays and Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. $10 entry, get you 2 OTS packs. Great people. I highly recommend check it out. Anyway, Paisanos, it's your boy V, and you guys will have a great day.